Well, well, well. Welcome back, my darling Diamonds in the Rough. I am your favorite talking stone, and today we are back with some more katakana, some more hiragana practice, and some wonderful yapping. Let me just do a quick sound check. Oh my, oh my. Should I jump into the practice or should I jump into the stat? You know what? Let me pull up something. And I guess I'll start talking. Yesterday, I had the fortunate pleasure of witnessing one of the best basketball games I've ever seen in my life. Oh my. Oh my. For those of you who are unaware, or for those of you who don't care but like to listen to me yap, yesterday was the first game of the Western Conference Finals of the NBA, which is, it's a pretty big deal. It's not the finals yet, but it's nearing there. We're going to see who comes out of the Western Conference and who will represent their team in the finals and possibly take home the win. Right? Right. Now, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think and multitask. To say the game yesterday was anything short of exemplary, oh my. No, I'm getting tongue-tied. It was an amazing game. Let me just look up the Spurs Thunder box score before I go over it. But the Spurs and the Thunder. The San Antonio Spurs versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. It was... Oh, good, ESPN, thank you. Let me make sure this loads and then we'll go over it. Oh my, I should have prepared this. I didn't. But it should be up now. Right, Alan Z. Let's head on over. Let's look at this. Oh, Stephen A. Smith, I don't like you. I'm sorry. I just want the box score. Now, a normal NBA game has 4 quarters. And then if it's tied, it goes into overtime. And if that's tied, overtime happens until one team wins. This game went into 2 overtimes. I think it's the first playoff game to do that in nearly a decade. I think 7 years? I don't know. But anyways, let's look at the stats. Because this man right here, Victor Wembanyama, oh my, I didn't highlight his name. This man right here, Victor Wembanyama. Can you see that? It's cut off. Oh my. Beep, beep, beep. There we go. That man there, Victor Wembanyama, he is very, very fun. Again, for those of you who don't know basketball, he is one of the best players in the league. He's 22. He is roughly 7'6", and he can do everything. And oh my, it really shows. He played 49 minutes last night. He put up 41 points on 24 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks. Oh my. That's a stat line. That is a stat line. Oh my. 41 points in what might be his biggest game of his career. It was remarkable. He was just doing everything. I have to say, the Thunder are pretty weak against talented bigs. And considering how big Victor Wembanyama is, 7'6", that's a terrible matchup for them. He's amazing on defense. He's amazing on offense. He's just an amazing player. Oh my, he was just so incredibly wonderful. Plus 16 as well on the night. And for those of you who don't know, plus 16, or really plus minus in general, the stat is the difference between, not the difference, how much, oh yeah, I guess the difference between the points your team scored and the points the other team scored while you were on the floor. For instance, if the other team scored 7 points while you were playing and your team scored 6 points, your plus minus would be -1. -1. The differential that while you were on the floor was -1. It's not the best stat in the world, especially for a single game sample size, but it is a stat, and oh my, plus 16, highest of the night for good reason in a double overtime game. That's insane. We can also go down to the Thunder. I have to give props to Alex Caruso. He was a beast on both ends of the floor, but this is not about him. This is about Victor Wembanyama. Stephon Castle, also this guy right here. really good game. Probably the second best player in the Spurs, at least for last game. Probably the second best player in the Spurs, period. He was crucial. The stat sheet doesn't pop up too much. 17 points, 11 assists, and 11 turnovers. But what he did, his defense... Actually, if we're talking about defense, specifically on SGA, let's also bring in Carter Bryant to the mix. Carter Bryant, his defense, Carter Bryant's defense, Stephon Castle's defense on SGA, the MVP, the best player of the regular season, was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Oh my, I'm sorry, I'm gushing too much. I need to reel it back in. I just really like this Spurs team. I think they're really fun. And considering my team is no longer in the playoffs, the team I root for, I gotta find some whimsy. I gotta bounce back somehow. And oh my, the Spurs are fun. I highly recommend, if you have any interest in basketball, to watch the highlights of the game at the very least. Because it was just electric. And my favorite play, probably the penultimate play, is down by 3. This guy, Victor Wembanyama, down by 3 with, I think, like 30 seconds on the game clock, dribbles up the court himself instead of passing to a guard. He dribbles up himself. He stops 32 feet away from the basket. He shoots it without hesitation. And it goes in. And it goes in. That's an all-time great play. Oh my, it's reminiscent of 2016 Stephen Curry, his MVP year, when he did pretty much the same exact thing to also to the Thunder. Oh my, that's so funny. That was deserving of a bang, bang from Mike Breen. Oh my. What a play. Just send it to double overtime, and in double overtime, the Spurs just took over. Their defense was phenomenal. Their offense was phenomenal. Oh my. And not all due to this guy, because the Spurs have an amazing team. Who's their coach? Mitch Johnson? Is that their coach? I forget. I'm bad at coaches. But their coach is really good at maximizing the best out of the team, and their players are insane. Stephon Castle he's just great. He's strong. He's quick. He can defend. He can pass. He can even shoot. He can shoot an open 3. He's good. He's really good. Devin Vassell. He's probably... Would I say he's their 3-point specialist? I think he's one of their better shot creators in general. And with as much defensive talent as this team has, a nice option to pass out to score really does aid. I think does he have the best jump shot on the starting lineup? I would say so, but I'm not sure, because Julian Champagnie is also here, and he's a really versatile forward. Vic is great, and then one of my favorite players as well, actually probably my favorite player of this past draft class, rookie Dylan Harper. I think, is this his first start of the year? No, I don't think it's his first start of the year. I think it's definitely first start of the playoffs, and oh my, he was good. He was really good, I have to say. He did not look like a rookie. Like 24 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and 7 steals. First player with a 20-10, 5-5 game since, I think, Larry Bird. And I think only Larry Bird and Julius Erving have had stat lines like that. But unlike those two players, he's a rookie. This guy is a rookie, and he's doing this. Oh my. I think this is the second best game of basketball I've watched this year. And I only say second best because my favorite game of basketball I watched this year was when Jason Tatum returned from his Achilles injury. Even though the game objectively wasn't as good as this one, and Tatum struggled early on, that just holds a place in my heart because, oh man, Jason Tatum is an Iron Man. But this isn't about Tatum. This is about the Spurs. Aside from that extreme bias, this has been the best game of the year, in my opinion. It's just... this is an all-time classic. This will go down in the history books. Victor Wembanyama, he's only 22. But I think he's the best player in the world. right now, at 22 years old, I think he's the best player in the world. It's not really the most hot take. He's had an amazing playoffs. He finished third in MVP voting. Personally, I thought he was the MVP of the regular season, and I was expecting him to finish second, so I'm really shocked that he finished third, but besides the point. But wow, in this postseason, he turned it up. And this postseason has been particularly brutal. Everyone's getting more physical. All the stars are kind of dropping. In fact, if I had to do like a postseason rankings of players, Vic is one. He's pretty far as like the best player in these playoffs. Second best would probably be, dare I say, LeBron James. The guy, probably the smartest basketball player in the world, still somehow has dipped his toe in the fountain of youth and has the athleticism of like a rookie still somehow. LeBron James is still great. Oh my. And he was particularly impressed with these playoffs. Fortunately, he lost in the second round to the Thunder, and in kind of brutal fashion. 0 games won, but oh my, LeBron James was good. I have to say, he's probably the second best player in this playoffs. The experience really helped him, I guess, adapt. But the physicality of this playoffs is different. So to see someone 22 years old, without any playoff experience, adapt this well, my jaw is on the floor. I am just absolutely gobsmacked. Oh my. Who needs playoff experience when you have Victor Wembanyama? Oh my. Right. I think we're going to hop over to kana practice. We'll just do a little bit. I'm a bit rusty. That should be nothing much. And, oh yeah, I should talk about the thumbnail as well. You know, I mentioned I'm a fan of the NBA and basketball in general. And the thumbnail references 2 shows from Bleacher Report about basketball, 2 parody shows. Game of Zones and Hero Ball. Hero Ball is the more modern one. It's something that's... I'm not sure if it's still currently airing or if they finished it. I think it had 3 seasons so far, or 2 seasons, and it was just roughly like a 2-minute short of, I guess, anime-inspired... What's the word I'm looking for? Storylines of the season. And they reference all different types of anime. Like, I think Victor Wembanyama is painted in, like, the Jujutsu Kaisen outfits. I'm not sure if that's what he's referencing specifically. Oh, man, I forget all the references, but it's cute and it's fun. It's cute and it's fun, and it's probably the best basketball animated content I've seen in a while. Actually, no, it's not. Actually, it might be. Sorry, I'm remembering the NBA themselves, not Bleacher Report, but the NBA themselves released this was probably years back, but maybe 3 or 4 years back? Maybe 3 years back. Maybe 2 years back, actually. My percent of time is kind of all wonky. But they released a NBA-themed opening to Cowboy Bebop, all with cool, like, painted... Not painted, but, like, hand-drawn art and stuff. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful Cowboy Bebop opening. It actually reminded... a beautiful rendition paralleling Cowboy Bebop. It had the same aesthetic, same theme, same song, but just with NBA. And it was a vibe. It actually reminded me of... I think the video actually got taken down, the one I'm going to reference, but the 2019 Raptors and their miracle run to an NBA title championship. Someone made a anime opening based on that, with Naruto's, I think it's like the 16th opening of Naruto, Silhouettes by Kana Boon Silhouettes. It's probably one of Naruto's most iconic openings, mainly because I've never watched Naruto, but I know the opening. It's something like that. It has that tune, and it's a really... I've actually never watched the I have watched the opening once. I remember there being a blue bird. Maybe I'm misremembering. Anyways, but the song, Kanabun Silhouette, in my head. And someone put together this really nice Toronto Raptors, 2019 Toronto Raptors themed anime opening. And I thought that was really cool. I think the video got taken down though. I say that because I think 4 years ago, or something like that. I think the video came out in like 2020 or something, maybe late 2019, but 2020, maybe even not 2021. But 4 years ago, I was scrolling through my liked videos, and I was like, huh. I noticed something was, like, unlisted. And I looked around, and I realized that it was probably the 2019 Raptors anime opening. And I was like, wow, that's strange. I wish I saved it. Because it was a really, really beautiful piece. I really did enjoy that. Oh my. But, yeah, Bleacher Report's Hero Ball. Cute little references, cute fun with storylines. But if we're talking the peak NBA parody, it has to be Game of Zones. It has to be Game of Zones. Let me just tell you this. I've never watched a single episode of Game of Thrones. Never watched a single episode. I understand some references, but even so, I can appreciate Game of Zones. And what Game of Zones was, I believe from 2014 to 2018? No, it did the Zion Williamson draft. I think that was the last season. So I think 2019, right? Because Zion Williamson was drafted in 2019. Am I wrong? Am I right? In 2017 was Tatum. 2018 was Luka. 2019 was... Right? Right, I think so, yeah. I think I'm right. I believe 2019 was the Zion Williamson draft, so it went up to 2019. And it would parody the Game of Thrones show, have a lot of themes like that, including making the Spurs White Walkers, which is some, I guess... Actually, do I know what White Walkers are? To me, they're kind of like zombies, I'd say. They're not actually zombies, but... They're these human-like beasts of wild that are very dangerous. And they were made the Spurs into the White Walkers because the Spurs have been one of the most dominant franchises for a long while. Before Game of Zones was made, I believe when it started being made, I believe it was started in 2014, the parody Game of Zones. And if you don't know, zone is a thing in basketball. It's a type of defense where instead of guarding an individual player, you'll guard an area, if that makes sense. Oh, hello, Garcia. How are you? Hola. Liga tarde. Por cierto, buenas noches. Pardon por ligar tarde. Es que estuve despierto. Oh, no worries for being late. It's always a later stream on a Tuesday. But I'm glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Are you late? Wow, it's only been 17 minutes. Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, 17 minutes. You're not... If it's 17 minutes late, you're not late. Oh, you were drawing? Oh, my... That's cool. What were you drawing, if you don't mind me asking? Drawing's fun. I'm not good at I'm not good at art in general. I'm not good at art in general. And... it's not shameful, but I'm not good at art in general, but I do appreciate art. So... It's been a while, but the last time I sketched something... I think... Did I sketch it out of hate? I did sketch it out of hate. Oh my. I need to draw more. But... Oh, estoy bien y tú? I am good as well. Estoy bien. Estoy muy bien. It might be a Tuesday, and Tuesdays are normally a day where I do not feel good. I feel drained because it's the beginning of the week. You know, the case of the Mondays carries over to Tuesdays, but I am doing... Well, I have to say, I am rather jazzed. Oh my, but drawing... I should draw something. I'm not good at drawing. I've said that plenty of times, but... Last time I drew something was out of spite. I think I saw something online. No, I think I was reading through the comments of something online. I was like, ooh, this irks me. I'm going to unleash this scorn on paper. I think it was, what was it? Someone wanting something being drawn, but saying they were too lazy to draw it themselves. So I took that and perverted that and said, you know what? I'm going to draw it in a way that you won't like. And I did that, and it was fun. And I used references, and it looked so bad, but in such an endearing way that I could say it's mine. Oh my. Que bueno, bro? Nice. El Domingo Jarga Stardew Valley? Yeah, will you be starting on Sunday? Yes. Yes. I will be playing Stardew on Sunday. That is, you know, you can't... Stardew Valley Sundays are my thing. Stardew Valley Sundays are a very, very, it's iconic, it's therapeutic, and it's in my schedule now. At the very least, until I beat the game and get everything I want out of it, I will be playing Stardews on Sundays. Oh my. And then after I beat the game, I'll probably be playing Stardew Valley Expanded on Sundays. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. You know, one goal at a time. One goal at a time. We were definitely in the falling action, I'd say, of Stardew Valley gameplay, but we still have a long ways to go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to check something. If you will... Wait, I'm going to check something on my phone, actually. How much have we played Stardew Valley? How many weeks? That's a good question. 47, nearly a year. Oh my. And granted, I think we missed a week, maybe 2 weeks. So really, it's been 48 weeks. And we all know a year is 52 weeks. So, wow. That's insane. Almost a year of Stardew Valley. And we aren't even done with the game. You know what? I'm going to check that playlist again and see how long it is. It does not say, but oh my. If every stream is roughly, let's say 4 hours. I think it's going to be over 4 hours. But for 47 streams for 4 hours, that's, oh my. Well, actually, we have the hours on the game. I think we did like 160 hours on that save already, which is pretty insane. Wow. We've come such a long way with Stardew Valley. It's... oh my. I think I'm going to start on my own just rewatching the old VODs of my Stardew Valley journey. I say that I've started rewatching some of the older VODs, but I think I'm going to do them in order. Not solely to give myself a little boost in watch time, but also just to see how I've grown as a person, how I developed, and maybe also to farm some clips, because one of my goals for a long while, probably for over a year now, is to clip more, and I did not do that. It's been such a long time since I posted a video, or a short. And I remember having such fun with making shorts and videos, even though they took such a long time. Oh my. In fact, I think my Pokemon short was... yeah, my Pokemon short's probably the most proud I've made a video from. And I guess if you don't know, or aren't familiar, a while ago, over a year ago at this point, maybe not over a year ago, but roughly a year ago at this point, I clipped one of my videos of when I did my daily puzzles, my dolls. And one of the clips the clip I did was me talking about Pokemon and how when I was younger, when I first got the game, I played it in a wrong way. I completely overloved my Pokemon, did everything unintentionally, didn't know how the PC worked, blah blah blah, and just brute forced my way through the game. And young me had such a blast doing that. Young me had such a blast doing that. Oh my. And now I know that I'm wrong for that. And I put so much effort into it, into that little clip, to do really just everything. I looked hard for some just crinkled paper background because I thought that would be a cool aesthetic. It was a cool aesthetic. I might even do it moving next time. I worked on getting keyframes to work, and just pictures, and oh my. Actually, did I get keyframes to work? I don't even know. I think keyframes might have been something later. And what a keyframe is if you see something getting dragged across screen, that will be a keyframe in your video editor. It won't be you placing a photo and deleting it at every frame. It's just what is considered a keyframe in video editing software. And it's very hard to explain, but that's how you move stuff, that's how you spin stuff, and I have fun messing around with that. But I think that was a later project. I learned how keyframes worked. And oh my, we're not doing that poorly on Kana practice. Okay, we might be doing that poorly on Kana practice, but that's fine. We are rusty. But wow. Oh, where is it? Oh yeah, Game of Zones. I got really, really off on a tangent there. But Game of Zones. That is probably the best parody I think I've seen in a long while. Well, maybe not that. Maybe not best parody. I'm a fan of, actually, this thing is still going strong, but Something Woody's Entertainment's Sword Art Online Abridged. That's probably my favorite parody of anything. But we're not talking about that. This is an official parody posted by the NBA, well, specifically Bleacher Report, but the NBA. Parodying Game of Thrones and just how basketball is going, and it's really nice to see because they turned regular season narratives into so much stories, like Jimmy Butler going crazy on the Minnesota Timberwolves and demanding a trade. That was silly. Dirk's last season when he's on his deathbed. Oh, not even on his deathbed, and said, "Mark, if you love me, you'll give me the Supermax." Oh my. And of course, one of my favorite things, triple Dirks, when you had Luka Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis, and Maxi Kleber on the Mavericks. And it's really funny how the last person to play a game for the Mavericks was Maxi Kleber. I'm pretty sure it was Maxi Kleber, because Porzingis was obviously traded. I forget if he was traded or if he signed. No, he was traded to the Wizards, I believe, and then traded to the Celtics, where he won a ring. Good for him. Yay. Clap, clap. Love it when the team I root for wins a chip. And then, of course, you have the infamous Luka Doncic trade, which traded star player from the Dallas Mavericks, Maxi Kleber, to the Los Angeles Lakers, and also Luka Doncic. But I believe Luka was injured that season, so he missed some games. I think he missed probably the last game he could have played. I forget, actually. So I think Maxi Kleber might have been actually the last person to suit up for them. And if you don't know who Maxi Kleber is, he's a role player. I think he was... I bit my tongue. Back when the game was owned... Wow, that really hurts my tongue. Back when that season happened, when that season of Game of Zones, when that season... well before they were traded, but when they were doing the quote-unquote triple Dirks, I think he was pretty solid. He wasn't obviously a star, but I think he was a solid player. He was a good big man. He played decent defense, and I think he had a three-point shot. Not a very good one, but a serviceable one. I think he's since fallen off. I think he had some sort of arm or shoulder injury that hurt his jump shooting. He still gets minutes on the Lakers. I think he was in, because he sets good screens. I don't think he's a starting or bench center, really, but sometimes you have to do with what you have. And oh my, the legend of Maxi Kleber goes strong. I think he was from the same hometown as Dirk, actually, which is really interesting. Really interesting. I don't think my town has ever produced... No, my town definitely hasn't produced any... I want to say any notable athletes. I'm probably wrong. I probably am wrong. I'm not going to talk where I live, but there probably was one guy from the 1950s who was the third string return kicker on the San Diego 49ers. Did the 49ers play in San Diego? I know they're the San Francisco 49ers, but I'm just saying, like, 50 years ago, teams are somewhere else. Like the Clippers were the Braves, and they played in Buffalo, New York. The Los Angeles Clippers played in Buffalo, New York. That's their team history. Speaking of interesting history facts about sports teams, did you know that the Boston Celtics and what is now the Los Angeles Clippers were traded for each other because the owner of the Celtics at the time wanted to move out west and wanted his team in California? But the Celtics said no. So he traded his team for the Buffalo Braves. And he moved said Braves to California and rebranded them to the Los Angeles Clippers. That's a little lore fact. I believe like 90% of that is correct. I only say 90% because I'm not entirely sure. I read that once a while ago, and I don't think I fact-checked it too well. I don't think I fact-checked it too well. Oh my. But yeah, that is the lore of the Los Angeles Clippers. There's more noticeable, not more, but more commonly known lore, like the LA Lakers. They were actually in Minneapolis in Minnesota. And that's why they're called the Lakers, because unlike Unlike Los Angeles, Minneapolis is known for its lakes. I think it has a lot of Finger Lakes, but yeah, it has a lot of. Wait, is Minneapolis by the Great Lakes? Oh my geography is doing poorly now. Anyways, besides the point, Minneapolis, lakes. Minnesota, lakes. Los Angeles, no lakes. It's really ironic that they still keep the name Lakers. It's a cool name, though. I get why they do it. But it is very ironic that the Lakers are not by lakes. Actually, a lot of names are really... I'm not sure if wrong is the right word, but... For instance, New Orleans. They used to be the New Orleans Jazz. But then the Jazz moved to Salt Lake City, Utah, which is not known for its jazz. New Orleans is known for its jazz. Salt Lake City is not. And, that's fine because, team history, team move, that's fine. But X amount of years later, there is a new team in Louisiana, in New Orleans, and they're called the Pelicans now. Not the Jazz, where the birthplace of jazz is. Because the Jazz is still a name held by Salt Lake City, by Utah. So a lot of people joke that saying that they should swap names. Personally, I always push this recommendation. Give the name the Jazz to Louisiana, to... Oh my, why am I blanking? Let me rephrase this. Alright, I think I propose this. Get rid of the Pelicans name. Give the Jazz name to New Orleans, because that's the birthplace of jazz. Give the Raptors name to Utah, because Utah has Raptors, and Toronto, as far as I'm aware, Toronto does not have Raptors. Utah has Raptors. Look up Utah Raptor. It's a specific type of dinosaur. There are dinosaurs in Utah. There are Raptors specifically in Utah. That name is very fitting for them, I feel. And then if we move over to Toronto, give them the name the Huskies. Now you might be asking, why the Huskies? That's a random poll. In 1948, the first NBA game was played between the New York Knicks and the Toronto Huskies. It is quite literally the oldest, or tied for the oldest, name in NBA history. And that's why I'm a proponent of bring back the Huskies. Of course, this will never happen. The last time a name change was nearly approved by the league was, I believe, 2013 or 2012, I forget, where they voted on renaming the Brooklyn Nets, because they moved from New Jersey to Brooklyn, voted on renaming them to be the Swamp Dragons, the Brooklyn Swamp Dragons. 29 teams said yes. The ones who didn't say yes were the Brooklyn Nets, and thus they're still called the Nets. But if they said yes, they would be able to rebrand to the Swamp Dragons, because Brooklyn is very well known for being a swamp. The concrete jungle of Brooklyn is swamp-like, apparently. I don't know where the lore of the name came from, Swamp Dragons. I just know that they almost changed it to that, and that would have been terrible, because that might have been the worst name of the league. That would be the worst name in the league. Because oh my, that is just a terrible name. Because Lakers, it's iconic. Yeah, Los Angeles doesn't have lakes, but it's still an iconic name. It's still a good name at the very least. It doesn't have to fit the place, but it has to be a good name. Swamp Dragons for a concrete jungle is bonkers, and Swamp Dragon itself it just isn't a good name. It's just bad. It's just bad. I'm glad they didn't rebrand. Good that one team, the Brooklyn Nets, had the foresight to realize, hey, this is actually a really terrible idea. But name changes are significantly unlikely, especially with a team with history. if we're going to see a name change, it would probably be from something like probably from New Orleans, actually. But not to be the Jazz, but maybe to something else. I would say the Hornets, but the Hornets, I feel, are becoming more of an iconic thing. Maybe not. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Yeah, the rebranding would probably be from the least valuable NBA franchise, which for some reason I'm thinking is New Orleans. It actually might be the Trailblazers based on the new owner. Oh my. I have so much things to say about the new owner. He is terrible. He is terrible. This new owner is terrible. What I don't like about him is that he's cheap. He's really cheap, and it's the detriment of everyone. He tried to get a new coach, and I remember him saying, how would some like double-digit $1 million sound? I think like $70 million sound when he's recruiting this new coach. And this guy's a college coach. So he turns to him and say, you want me to take a pay cut to coach in the NBA? Because this guy's making more coaching college. He's a really cheap owner. I think some Portland fans are concerned that he's not going to spend on the team because he won't spend on the team. And the most recent news is that he laid off 20% of the staff for the Portland Trailblazers. He laid off 20% of the entire staff. So many jobs lost by this guy just because to cut costs. It was strictly a decision from the higher ups, from him. The NBA is, at this point, incredibly lucrative. This has been working for years and years. The fact that you are cutting costs for no reason is just awful. Man, a bad owner can really irk you, you know? He's just so money-grubbing. On the flip side, an owner like, was it Matashiba? Is that the guy who owns the Suns? I think I view him positively. I won't say I like him, but compared for owners, I think I view him positively because he did this thing a while back where he made the concessions really reasonably priced. I think it was like $2 for a meal set, which is insane. And his reasoning was, well, you're already spending so much on a ticket, why overprice everything inside the arena? And I thought that was really cool. Because with how much more expensive things are getting for entertainment venues and whatnot, so are the things inside of them. I remember going to an event in Madison Square Garden a long while ago and getting a drink for my parents, and it was $20. I think technically it was $19.25, but that's $20 for a beverage after spending cash to get in. It's really strange. Not as really strange. It's dare I say highway robbery. And it's not like you can bring beverages inside. You have to buy your beverages inside. Blah blah blah. Oh my. And I get it. I really do get it why it's so expensive, but it still flabbergasts me, I have to say. I'm still shocked by it. I understand it. That's what it costs in the arena. Are they jacking the prices? Absolutely. Are people going to buy them? Absolutely. I get that. But I'm still shocked by it. I'm still just absolutely shocked by it. Oh my. I think we'll go to a 75 and then we'll move on to some puzzles. But everything's so expensive. Speaking of expensive, the World Cup. That's happening soon. I'm considering going to a game because it's a once-in-a-lifetime event. The only issue is FIFA is so incredibly greedy. And I say FIFA. Obviously, scalpers are greedy. We know that for a fact. But FIFA, they overcharge for tickets. Just in general. And it's just to the detriment of the game. I'm worried that there isn't going to be enough turnout. And it's going to look dead. FIFA's going to say, hey, we still made a lot of money, even with these seats empty. That's my fear, because hotels aren't being booked at the rate they should be. I think they're lower than pre-pandemic levels from the same period. They're lower than they should be for such a huge international event. Then, just the seats themselves, the tickets are still there, and they're dwindling in value, but they're still way too overpriced. But now it's too late to fix the price, I'd say, at least for the international fans. For the American fans, which, is me, if you lower it enough, I'll go. But, oh my, I think the cheapest ticket now is $98 for, is it Jordan versus Senegal? In Atlanta? I want to say Atlanta. Which is, how do I say this? I think that's reasonably priced for a ticket of this caliber. If $100 for me on a World Cup game is something that I'd consider reasonable in America, especially if you're a soccer fan, but also just because it's a once-in-a-lifetime event. But at the original rates, it would have been cheaper to buy a plane. For the original rates, this World Cup versus, let's say, the one in Qatar, it would be cheaper to buy a plane ticket to go to Qatar, buy a ticket there to go to the game, and come back, than I think it was to watch some of the games here on the cheapest tickets. I think you need to spend tens of thousands of dollars if you want to watch your team play in every round, assuming they made it to the finals. Tens of thousands of dollars to watch that all. Whereas if you go to Qatar and your team, you can watch playing to Qatar, all the group stage games, all the playoff games. I think that would be cheaper than the tens of thousands of dollars you would have to spend just to watch your team here in the States. And that's just shocking. And that's just disappointing. FIFA has to do better. They're just too greedy, I'd say. Just too greedy. It's really bad. But the only good news is that if the price drops enough, and I do think the price is going to drop more, I will more than consider going. I will go. Oh my. But I'm just disappointed by FIFA. I do think that they're going to misrepresent the interest, because, how do I say this? America isn't the biggest soccer country. This was a huge opportunity to increase America's love of soccer. But I think FIFA blew it. I do think FIFA blew it. Because stadiums aren't going to be as packed as they will be. Because now you're relying on American soccer fans rather than the international audience to boon this soccer community. If that makes sense. What I'm trying to say is, if the foreign people come here and like it, like Europeans, Africans, Asians, and they really enjoy it, and they just bring this culture, this sense of awe that you'd see probably at the Super Bowl or something. If they brought that culture and that hype to soccer in America, in the States, that would have been an incredible boon for American soccer. Just to get this culture, this soccer culture in the States. And I think FIFA messed that up. Just with overpricing, making it nearly impossible to, not nearly impossible, but really paywalling it. And also America's not doing its best as well either. There are things about America that are acting as a deterrent from people to travel, but I think the blame is majorly on FIFA. Because just the price tag is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's a shame. It's a sham. It is grossly inappropriate. And I'm disappointed by them. The only good news is that resellers might just have to toss their tickets. And for me, that's good. For the game of soccer, for the culture of soccer in America, and for just the World Cup in general, it is terrible. But it may benefit me. That is the only bright side I'm taking. Oh my. I'm sorry, that was a bit of a rant. I'm not a huge soccer fan. But if it's an event like that, I want to go. Last year I went to the Club World Cup, which was in America. And I have to say, I had a good time. I watched the Al Ahly versus FC Porto match. What is it? Not the bracket. It's not the bracket. It's the group stage. I watched their group stage match. Incredible match. Ended 4-4. Really had a ton of fun. Really late at night, though, because it's a worldwide game. But besides that point, I went there, and my ticket was really cheap. I don't think America advertised the Club World Cup really well at all. My ticket was really cheap. I think it was $30, which is cheap for basically any major entertainment event. I went there, I had a blast, but I also noticed that aside from all the Al Ahly fans, which shout out to Al Ahly, the stadium was a sea of red. People were lighting flares. It was insane. That's African. African sports culture is really good. And also it's European. I said European because I was remembering FIBA, again, basketball, where they would also light flares. And that's what I immediately thought of. But no, it's the African fans because Al Ahly, I believe, is an Egyptian team. But yeah, they were lighting flares. They had flags up. It was insane. And everyone there was so nice. All the goers, the people, the citizens, the fans, that's the word I was looking for. All the fans were just kind of nice, very loud, but in a very welcoming way. I was also very loud. Their enthusiasm was infectious. But yeah, it was a sea of red, but also the higher levels were kind of empty because I don't think it was broadcast well enough. Really just that. I don't think it's broadcast well enough. America does have a bit of a weaker soccer culture compared to pretty much every country in the world, but it wasn't broadcast enough. You only have the die-hard soccer fans. And the only difference between this event and last year's event, the actual cup versus the Club World Cup, is just the scale of it. The actual cup is more famous. But I don't think you're going to get a ton of Americans going, necessarily. I think there will be empty seats. Call me ridiculous for thinking that, but between the price tag, just basically acting as a huge deterrent to overseas people to come to the States to watch the games, it's insane. Sue? Oh, it is Sue. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. No, it's she. Oh, the angle of it. Oh my. I need to get back to getting used to it, but oh my. I'm sorry, I'm yapping about the World Cup. I'm yapping at the World Cup. And I'm getting distracted. Right, I think we'll go maybe to 80, 85, and then we'll chill off with some puzzles. We'll chill off with some puzzles, right. So let's take this super, super seriously. This is pa. This is he to be to bio. This is u. This is ro. New. She to ji. Me. Oh, is it me or me? It's me. Yep. Na. And last one, fu to boo. We'll do one more. Is this... Oh, wait. Is this wa or is this... Oh, it's o, isn't it? No, wait. It's oo. I can't end in a loss. We'll go to 90. Why not? This is B... Sorry, he to B to pyo. It's pyo. Oh, my. I'm getting lost. Chi to cho. He to hyo. And we'll do all good? Yeah, all good. Right. 3 more. Let's make it count. Gya, he, and nya. Lovely. Right. I think that's going to do it for the katakana portion of the stream. 90 out of 107. Oh my. We got 17 wrong, which isn't the best, but, we were rusty. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks, but the fact that we still remember it is good. And now, let's move on. What are you using to practice? Oh, wait, actually, yeah, let me link that site. I'm using gohoneko.com. Is it .com or .org? That's a good question. gohoneko.neocities.org/learn/kana. I saw this online, and I think I'm on the Learn Japanese subreddit. And I kind of not fell in love with it. I just felt it's really easy practice to do. Something you can do while focusing, while not focusing. And it was just very interesting. Thanks, no problem. Right. Now, let's go to the Wordle. I like to end off my streams with some little puzzles. I think it adds some flair. That's what I started my channel with. So without further ado, let's start with our favorite starting word, jazzy. And we have an A in the second spot, so maybe a plant? We have an L and a T. Oh my. L and a T. TH. Trail? Could be trail. Alright. And it's not going to be a low, loath? No, but loath has an E, so maybe we'll try something else. Maybe stall. Well, it can't be stall, but I'm just going to go with it. Alright, we have good news. We know that the L has to go to the first spot. We have some letter. We have an A, a T, and some letter. Now the bad news is... Wait, is this correct? Yes, because L can't go in the second spot, the fourth spot, the fifth spot, and A is already in this third spot. As for T, can't go in last spot, can't go in first spot, or second spot. So it's L something, A, T something. So I think it has to be a double vowel, doesn't it? Because an L can't lead a double consonant, can it? Leets? Luet? No. Loat? Is it loath? Is this a word? It is a word. Is loath not spelled with an E? Oh no, I might be foolish. Let me check. L-O-A-T-H. I thought it was spelled with an E. Unwilling or reluctant, but... Okay. Loath is an act... That's funny. So, loath is an adjective. And loathe with an E is a verb. I loathe this. Okay. But to loathe... Oh, let me see. Can I have to use it in a sentence? I am loath to interrupt your day. Oh my. Like loath as in describing something. I didn't know that. I thought it was just loathe. Oh my. The more you know. The more you know. Alert, latte dang. Oh my, sorry, missed your suggestions. But wow, I didn't know that. English is such a weird language. It's the only one I'm good at speaking, but wow. Or the only one I can speak, I should say. But wow. Loath. I thought loath. Oh my. Well, I feel foolish. I feel foolish. And... even though we got that right, I feel foolish. And now, I might feel a bit more foolish than usual because we're going to go to the connections. And the connections have been kind of, giving me a hard time recently. Oh my. Lol, yeah. But connections, we have to create 4 groups of 4. There'll be some commonality between them that will make them. So without further ado, let's begin. We'll just look forever, salon, cook, surgeon. Well, I see here, babble. This makes me think of what a baby does. Cry. And anything else. Connections? Yeah, the New York Times connections. We will have, there are 4 groups of 4 words belong to a group, and there's 4 groups. And there'll be something defining them, something connecting them. And we have to figure out what that is. Cry, babble, and teeth are all things that babies do. But what else? Oh wait, no, I see something else. Salon, surgeon. And what I see here is salon is 1 letter off of being salmon. S-A-L-M-O-N. Salmon. Surgeon is 1 letter off of being sturgeon. S-T-U-R-G-E-O-N. And these are fish. And this is... close enough to where I think it's that. Fish minus a letter. Like founder is 1 letter off of being flounder. F-L-O-U-N-D-E-R. So now we have to find the last fish. Doctor, cook, forever, nurse, cry, blubber. Trout. Trot is one letter off being trout. Trout. And I think this is it. So, like, nurse, doctor, surgeon can... Yeah, that's like it. Unfortunately, we use those surgeon, so it's not going to be nurse. Oh, that actually is a better one. Sometimes they'll have red herrings, like nurse, doctor, and surgeon. Those are three that have an obvious medical connection. But if you go through here, you'll find that there's no fourth one that makes it a 4 connections. But right now we have fish minus a letter. Oh, yeah, it's difficult. It's been really giving me a hard time, actually. But I'm feeling strong with this one. We have a good start. Normally the purple is what's considered the hardest and most difficult. So I'm glad we got that one out of the way. But now we have to focus on everything else. To alter is to change, but to fudge is to change. To cook could be to change. Anything else that means to change. Not to nurse, not to doctor. Well, to doctor results could mean to change. Actually, yeah, all these could mean to change. Let's see. Modify deceptively. There we go. Oh my, I don't know how we're doing this well, but we are doing this well. And I'm very surprised. Okay, and now I think what we're going on with before. You can nurse a baby can teeth, a baby can babble, a baby can cry. We're on a high. Things babies do. Babies babble, babies cry, babies nurse, babies teeth, and super fudge, blubber, Dini, and forever. Are these movies minus something? I don't know, but I can't believe we got it. We normally have 4 lives. Judy Blume books. Oh my. Wow, that was perfect. I don't think we haven't had it perfect in roughly a year. Oh my. I'm jazzed, truly. That is insane. That is really good. Oh my. Well, I don't think I've ever had a connections go as smoothly as that. That is... Oh my, I don't even know what to say. That is the best I've ever done in connections. Truly, oh my. You know, we have time for maybe 1 or 2 more puzzles. So I think next we'll do the cryptic crossword. W it is. Let's move over to the cryptic crossword. Now, what a cryptic... this is the minute cryptic. And what this is a single cryptic crossword clue. Now you're probably wondering what a cryptic crossword clue is. It's like a normal crossword clue where we have a clue and from that we have to get an answer, a word. Except it's a little bit different. Instead of the whole thing being a definition, only part of it is a definition. Usually at the beginning, like maybe fussy, or ends. Bread in Mexico. And the rest of the clue is a hint to help you get that definition. There will be indicators telling you what to do with other words, and those other words will be fodder. For instance, one indicator here is probably leaves, where leaves would be an indicator saying we take maybe some letters from spouse out of United States. It's a bit complicated to explain, and if you don't get it, that's fine. It took me a while to get it, but the best way to learn is by example. So right now, let's get into it. Fussy spouse leaves United States to get bread in Mexico. Right. So the definition is probably fussy, or maybe Mexico or bread in Mexico. And there's a question mark at the end. The question mark can sometimes mean the definition is a bit loose. OKC in 6. Oh my, you saw the thumbnail. You saw the thumbnail. It was a great game. It was a great game. That OKC Spurs game, that was insane. Incredible double overtime. Spurs in 4 though. Oh my. I'm sorry. It was just such a fun game. Victor Wembanyama was insane. I have no horse in this race. The team I root for lost in the first round, so I'm tapped out. But man, good basketball is back. This was a hardwood classic. Game 1 of the NBA Western Conference Finals. It was a fantastic game. Oh my, but I already got that out of my system. Let's work on the minute cryptic. Fussy spouse leaves United States to get bread in Mexico. Fussy spouse Fussy spouse leaves United States. Okay, so let me go into this mode. Fussy spouse means I think we're going to take something out of spouse. Like, or we're going to mess up spouse. Leaves United States. Peso? That actually is a good answer. Can we get peso from this? We could if... Fussy could be an anagram indicator, which means we scramble the letters as spouse. So let's scramble them. Oh wait, you are right! You are right. And instead of this leaving the United States, the US leaves this. We get rid of the S and the U. And you are absolutely right. Bread in Mexico is the peso. That is the dollar, the money in Mexico. That is very clever. Or am I too confused? No, you're correct. You are absolutely correct. Well, we'll check it for now, but... That was insane. Oh my. That is incredible thinking. Wow, you understood. That is insane. Yo, hats off to you. I'm clapping. I don't know if it picks up the mic, but that is so clever. Oh my. I was confused at first because normally when I see leaves, I usually think the thing on the right is getting. Sorry, the thing on the left is taking out a thing on the right. But oh my, that's really clever. GG indeed. Wow. That's so good. We anagram spouse and we take out the U and the S. And we get peso. Bread in Mexico. You understood it perfectly. That is really impressive. Have you done cryptic crosswords before? Oh my. How my? Because that was really impressive, I have to say. That was really impressive. I've seen people try the mini cryptic before and they want to enjoy it, but sometimes it's just too... Is strange the right word? Strange might be the right word. Oh my. But wow, that is insane. No, really, you haven't done it before. Because that was incredibly clever of you, I have to say. A lot of people, like, I watch some streamers sometimes, and they, one of them did it once, Nimmy Nightmare, and she said she wanted to do it because she saw Northern Lion do it, and granted, hers was really difficult. This one was pretty difficult as well, I'd say. But sometimes the cryptic crossword card, hello, it seems like you like word puzzles. I do like word puzzles. Or just puzzles? Both. I do like both. I do a lot of Sudoku's variants in my spare time. Speaking of Sudoku variants, shout out to Cracking the Cryptic and also Artisanal Sudoku. Two things I love a lot. James Sinclair's Artisanal Sudoku is a weekly Sudoku variant pack that he releases weekly for free, and I like doing those puzzles. It makes me feel fun, except when I don't get it because I do it late at night and oh my. But it's very fun. And then Cracking the Cryptic is probably the premier puzzling YouTube channel, in my opinion. But they are very fun. And I think we have time for one more puzzle. So let's play. I think the wordsmith should be fun. But yes, I do love puzzles. Bread is bread. Bread is bread. Oh my. Right. Now the wordsmith. Transform words using clues. Now here we have a word up top. In this case, voyage. And using these sets of clues, we have to change this word into other words until we're out of sets of clues. Now, we just don't know what order the clues act on. They will always change the word into a different word, but we don't know the order of them. For instance, this could be the first one. We keep part of the word, and the result is something that could be fashionable, but not always. Or maybe it could be this one. Remove letters 1, 3, and 4, reverse the remaining letters, and something that might be inflated. So it's our goal to try and figure this out. You want to try a semi-decent Hiragana Wordle clone one day. That would be amazing. I don't know how that will, actually, I don't care how that will work. I want to try it. That sounds very fun. I would love to try that. Oh my. That sounds fun. A Hiragana Wordle clone. That's Oh my, that would be fun, I have to say. But anyways, let's turn our eyes towards the wordsmith and let us begin. Alright, I like to just go from top down. So keep part of the word, something that could be fashionable but not always. Nope, I don't see anything there, so we'll skip that one. Reverse the full word. Keep part of the word. Classic childhood game. Yeah, no. Append between 2 points. Result in minimal quip, probably not. That one. Keep letters 2 and 5. So 2 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. OG. Append education briefly. Really happy. No. Words that mean really happy don't really start with O. Inject and end anywhere. Anagram the full word. No longer here. That's a bit messy. Age? Oh, could be age. Well, let me go back up. Age could be fashionable, I suppose. Oh, you made it because my Nihongo isn't Josu, lol, but it's only for lols for now. Sorry for the distraction. That's not a distraction. It's not a distraction. Technically, we're playing competitive mode, but honestly, I don't care. No matter if I try my hardest, I will never do this fast. So I just do it for fun. But yeah, this is what we're going to do. But anyways, let's continue. Inject anywhere, letters. Remove letters 1, 3, and 4. So 1, 3, and 4. So Oj. Reverse the remaining letters. Something might be inflated. Ego. Inflated ego. That's right. There we go. But let's continue. Anagram the full word. Probably not this. Ingredient in jelly. No. Keep the second half. There's no halves. It has an odd number, so we'll go back to the top. Keep part of the word. Something that can be fashionable, but not always. Egg. Go. Nope. Reverse the full word. Oge. Keep part of the word. Classic childhood game. Nope. Too small for that. Append between 2 points. A memorable quip. It might be that. Eagle line? No, probably not. Keep letters 2 and 5. There's no 2 and 5. Inject an N anywhere. Anagram the full word. No longer here. Gone. That's what it was. Oh my. Alright. Anagram the full word. Key ingredient in jelly. Nope. I don't think it's that. Keep the second half. An E. Append tall, garden, or golden. Or sorry. Is it tail or tall? I can't see. Oh, tail. Cancel. Negate. I don't know. Tailgate, garden gate, and apple. I forget. I didn't read it all, but negate is a word that fits that. Let's keep going. Keep part of the word. Something that could be fashionable, not always. A gate could be fashionable. Is that it? No. Egot? No. But anyways, let's continue. Reverse the full word. Keep part of the word. Classic childhood game. Tag. Oh my. We reverse the word and just get TAG. Tag is a classic childhood game. Append between 2 points, a memorable quip. A tagline should be a memorable quip. And it is. That is lovely. Keep letters 2 and 5. A and I. Education. Really happy. A and I, right? Maybe, maybe not. Anagram the full word. Key ingredient jelly. Oh, this might be a bit too much to anagram. So let's go back to the top. Keep part of the word. Something that can be fashionable, not always. Glen? Line? I don't know. I don't know. We might use a hint. Let's just keep going. Keep letters 2 and 5. That would be A and I. Append to the end. Education briefly. And really happy. There's not a lot of I things that mean really happy. At least in English, I should say. I'm just reminded of Aishite, 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 the song. Which just means love, love, love. Oh my. It's a really good song. I've listened to so many different covers of it. My favorite's probably Octavio from Hollow Stars. His cover of Aishite is insane. Oh my. I guess, not the quiver, but the thing, what's that term? Not the shakiness, the brutalness, the shakiness of the voice when he's saying Aishite is insane. Tie? No, I can't spell. Lol. Actually, it could be tie. It's not tie. That's technically keeping part of the word. T-I-E, but unfortunately, usually keep doesn't. It's just keep something consecutive. But honestly, at this point, I'll take anything I can get. Keep letters 2 and 5. A-I. Education, briefly. I-school? I-learn? Anagram the full word. It might be just anagram the full word. And then we have G-L-I-E. Sorry, tan G-L-I-E. It's gelatin. Let me just see. G-E-L. Gel. I-T-A-N. Gelatin. I spelled gelatin wrong. Gelatin? I don't know how to spell gelatin, actually. How do I spell gelatin? There we go. That is the ingredient. That is a hard anagram to spot. I just went through my mental list of what's in stuff. Granted, I don't really eat jam, jelly, or preservatives. So I was just hoping. But then I thought of gelatin, like Jell-O. I was like, oh, that's fruit flavored. Oh, it could be that. And it was. Neat. I don't know what gelatin is, actually. I should say that. I've heard the famous line, what is it? That there is more, I guess, I'm not sure if this technically is gelatin or just gummy stuff in general, but I've heard the famous line, there are more bones in gummy worms than there are in actual worms. And that's weird to me. But I get it. They're made from bones somehow, some way. I don't think about it. I want to think about it, actually. The other day, I was making chicken thighs, and I bought bone-in skin on, and I was thinking, when I was deboning them, because I just wanted to dice them up and make tacos with them. Shout out to the tacos. They were pretty good. I actually ran out of lime juice. I had to buy more. That's beside the point. What was I saying? I was just thinking, when I deboned them, I was just thinking of what I could possibly do with the bones. And I looked up online. I think I could reduce them to a broth or something, but unfortunately, I was just wasteful and just threw them away. Because I just wanted to stop cooking. I actually cut my finger that day, and I was like, oh my, I just want to be done with this for now. I just want to be done, so I just didn't think of anything. I just threw the scraps away, and it was sad to me. But anyways, beside the point, let's continue. Keep part of the word, something that could be fashionable. Gelatin? No. But not always. Latin? Maybe Latin. Okay, I was thinking Latin the language, because it was fashionable, but it's more of a dead language, but probably not. It's probably the second clue. Keep letters 2 and 5. E, 2, 3. E-T. Penned. Education briefly. Oh my, is it E-T? 3, 4, 5. It is E-T. Gel? Could be gel. It's not gel. Oh no. But let's see. I think it's probably the second clue. Keep part of the word. Something can be fashionable, but not always. Elate. So E-T is letters 2 and 5. Education briefly. School. At learn? Pen to the end of it. Oh my. What could it be? To be really happy. I'm going to use a hint. I think it's the second clue, but I just need to see this. It is. So we get letters 2 and 5. I'll think about it some more before just revealing it. I don't want to reveal it because I'm going to feel very, very dumb if I spot it. Oh my. Because in retrospect, everything's obvious. Unfortunately, we're not in retrospect yet. So 2 and 5. So E is the second letter. 3, 4, 5. T is the third letter. And that's what we're keeping. And what means happy that starts with E-T? Really happy. Ecstatic, but unfortunately that's not a T is next. Oh my. I'm really at a loss here. I was thinking something along the lines of elate, but unfortunately the T is much later than that. Education, briefly. At study. I'm gonna reveal it. I don't know. Elated. Wait. Hang on. That's not how it works. Keep letters 2 and 5? Keep letters gelatin. E is the second letter. I'm so daft. It didn't say 2 and 5. It said 2 through 5. It said 2 through 5. It said 2 through 5. I'm so daft. I read the clue wrong. Oh my. Elated, it's just elate. And oh my, I'm just so daft. I read the clue wrong. We get ELAT and then education, ED, education. That is an anagram for education. ED is not an anagram, but abbreviation. I'm so daft. Oh, yeah. That is so foolish. Oh my. Let's finish it off strong. Keep part of the word, something that can be fashionable, but not always. That, of course, is being fashionably late. There we go. Oh my, that is brilliant and terrible. I wish I could read. Maybe next week I should do English practice. Wow. Just wow. And wow, 13 minutes? Oh wow, yeah, we're pretty late in here. Well, actually, no, this is the times I finished it in. Faster than 1% of players. Oh my. Oh my. Well, I think that's gonna do it. Yep, late it is. That is... I can't believe I misread the clue. Oh man. You know, that reminds me of the HoloLive clip between Gura and Kiara, when I think Kiara was talking about the German education system, and she says grades 2 through 5. And then Gura says, wait, what about the rest of them? 3 and 4? It reminds me of that clip because it's the exact same thing. W stream? Oh, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Made a very foolish mistake. Oh my, at least I can laugh about myself, because that was very funny, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. It's honestly been a really great Tuesday, I have to say. A really great Tuesday. I made garlic bread today, that was delicious. I made garlic bread, I made tacos. I ate well, I'm happy, I'm well rested, and I don't know, I'm just oddly energized. But I think that's going to do it. I don't think I have anything else to say except garlic bread is delicious. It's really delicious. I made some. I brought some not so fresh bread, but it was on sale, so I bought it. And I had garlic, and I just thought, you know what, why not? So I melted the butter, chopped up some garlic, put it in with the butter, and just poured it on. And it was absolutely delicious. I poured it on and I put that in the oven for a while. Do you stream on Twitch? I used to, but then I stopped streaming. I used to multicast. And I still can technically, but the issue is I have what I consider to be a potato laptop. And whenever I multi-streamed, it would drop frames and cause things to lag, and it just wasn't working. And then in addition to that, I only have one monitor, so I could not even see Twitch chat or YouTube chat. And I ultimately decided just to go with YouTube just because of the auto-record feature of the VODs, to have them up, because I like to look back at them. They're nice. But yeah. In the future, when I upgrade my hardware, which is something I've been meaning to do, but unfortunately has not been reasonable due to the large increase of the price of RAM. Granted, I hear RAM is going down, not going down now. The demand is going down now. I'm hoping the price does it as well. But one day I will go back. Fair? Yeah. But one day, once I upgrade this potato laptop, we're going to multi-stream, and it'll be beautiful. We're going to go back to multi-streaming, and it will be beautiful. But oh my. Alright, I think that's going to do it. It's late for me. Tuesday streams are usually a bit shorter than always. usually around an hour, and we're almost at an hour 20. So you have the level of a yap of a pre-motion. Oh, thank you. Lol. That is, I appreciate that very much. I think it's just today. Well, maybe no, I shouldn't say that. I'm humbled. No, humbled is not the word. I'm looking for. My tongue is tied. I'm grateful for the kind words. Thank you, internet stranger. I hope to continue to be worthy of them. But right, that's gonna do it. Thank you all for watching. Do I have any more ending spiel? Oh, shout out to the guy at my gym last week who broke up with his girlfriend. I don't know why I'm shouting you out. I just remember being in the locker room, just fixing my hair and hearing this guy in the background. I eavesdropped into his conversation, but in my defense, he was talking very loudly on the phone. So if you're going to talk loudly in a public space, I deserve to listen. Shout out to that guy. You handled that breakup like a champ. I just had to say that. Good for him, I'd say. Good for him. Hope he's doing well. But yeah, shout out to that guy. Shout out to that guy. Right, but that's all I got. Thank you all for watching. And as always, have a day. I hope it's a good one. See ya.